Well, back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today we're going to tie a net spinning caddis larva. And this net spinning caddis, when you turn over the rocks in the river and you see sometimes you can they're really pronounced, they look like a little spider web. And these caddis larvae make this little nest or web so that it catches food for them, and they're basically free roaming caddis larvae. They don't build the nests. They don't. They're not case builders. So we're gonna give that a shot here. And the hook I have in the vise is a size 16 Scud hook, and I'm gonna make this one a bead head. And this is a 2.3 millimeter bead on a size 16. The thread that I'm going to use is transparent sewing thread. And this transparent sewing thread is some very good stuff. It's very strong, especially for fly tying. And the reason I'm going to use the transparent is because I'm also using transparent synthetic quills, the Hemingway transparent synthetic quills. I'm going to use the yellow one. If you use the colored thread, you'll get a whole different effect on the fly because the quill is transparent. You're going to see the color of the thread coming through. But with this, the color of the hook being black and the transparent thread makes it, I think it has a more natural look to it. Just that you can see the guts inside that bug. And we're going to go ahead and wrap the thread down, slightly down around the bend. And then we're going to take our quill. Here I've already tied a couple of flies on that one, and I'm going to use this one. And these are tapered quills. And the quill, it's on the card and it has glue on one side. It's sticky on one side there. And we're going to tie this in with the sticky side towards you or towards myself. These are really nice because you can really use your imagination. Fly tying is all about using your imagination. You got to observe and then use your imagination when you get back to the vise. When you're tying flies, you don't want to just go and tie exactly that pattern. I mean, the fly books are fantastic and everything, but in order to become a better fisherman and a better fly tyer, use your imagination. So what if you mess up a few or something? But every one you tie and every failure just brings you closer to being right. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thread all the way up to the top. And then I'm going to try and make a little bit of a taper with my thread. It's a little hard to see being that the thread is transparent. Just kind of bear with me here. But this is a very simple fly. It's going to work great. I'm going to go one more time back on it. Just try to make sure I fill in any gaps I may have gotten. Going to stop short and then come back up. That will help to get that taper. Now I'm going to take the quill and I'm going to wrap that. And we're going to wrap that up. And you can see that dark strip on there. Could even use my rotating feature on there to make it a little bit easier for myself. When we get up to the top, I'm going to go ahead and tie this off. Hold that back, put a couple of wraps in front of it. I'm going to trim that off. I'm going to use my cuticle trimmer here to cut that. And I could get that pretty close. I made 3 flies, 3 different size flies with that one quill. I made a 20, and I made actually a couple of 16s, but I could have made a larger one. Now we have that. Now we just need to get the head. And for that, I'm just going to use a small pinch of natural beaver. This is beaver underfur. And there's actually a couple of guard hairs in there, but we could trim it up or pluck them after we make it. Let's go ahead and put a small amount on there. I'm going to take my whip finish before I finish with all of that dubbing. Yeah, pull that tight. Go ahead and pull that, trim that off. Take my scissors. You can see I got a couple of long guard hairs there, and I'm just going to get rid of those long guard hairs. I like to kind of push the dubbing down towards the bottom, where those legs would be on one side. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of head cement. I'm going to put it on top. Get it right on that bead, get a little bit on that dubbing. And then I always like to just kind of press it on. And here we have the net spinning caddis larva. Hope that you enjoyed the video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. Please visit my sponsors. And most of all, I thank you very much for watching my